Hi guys, welcome. Hello, are you coming to join my video? Welcome back to my channel. This is Max. the Isn't he just the cutest? Oh, he goes up to the window. I don't know if you can. He likes a wee gander. Max, my blinds. Watch. Oh, my bloody blinds. Sorry guys. So hi, it's Dee. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope everyone had a good weekend. Actually, what day are we on? Oh my god, it's the weekend. What am I talking about? I'm like days behind. Please excuse me. I've just come out of a shower and I'm waiting on, I've got a wee hair conditioning treatment in and I've got a wee kind of face mask on, so that's why I look like this. I don't know why this dog chooses to go mad when I'm trying to film a video. Go get it! So, Max, can you not just let me live? Right. So I thought, like, obviously, unless you've been living under a shell, like, the last couple of weeks, everyone knows what's been going on with Phillip Schofield and this young man. So, allegedly, Phillip Schofield had been having an affair with a younger man who worked as a showrunner on This Morning. Supposedly, Phillip Schofield helped him get the job, and you know they started having a sexual relationship when the boy was like 19 or something. But I think what throws people off is the fact that Phillip Schofield was like the patron of a theatre youth club that this boy was a part of, and Phillip Schofield was also friendly with the guy's family. Yeah, it's a bit weird, it's a bit strange, but I don't think he was grooming the boy. Obviously, it's frowned upon, and I totally get that, but I wouldn't necessarily say that Phillip Schofield is a child abuser or a groomer because the boy was like 20 or something. Like, he was of age, and Phillip Schofield's not the first one to do it. You only need to look at these other celebrities like, you know, Cheryl Cole. She met Liam when Liam was underage. Cher, Celine Dion, Madonna's dated much younger men. Leonardo DiCaprio, he dates younger women. A lot of these big celebrities do it. So Phillip Schofield's not the first, and he won't be the last. And I kind of feel like homophobia is playing a part in everybody jumping on this bandwagon. I'm just going to rub this cream in because it's not a look, it's not a vibe. I really do think that you just need to Google it and you'll see how many celebs have done the same thing, but they don't get called out for it because they're quote unquote straight. But because Phillip Schofield's gay, then it's this, you know, witch hunt for him. I'm not saying what he done was right. I'm not. You know, it's frowned upon. It's weird. You know, it's an abuse of power. But he's not the first to, you know, have a sexual relationship with a much younger person. And if you want to start throwing stones, then we should be throwing stones at all these other celebrities, not just him. I do think it's weird. I do think it's strange, you know, and obviously I feel sorry for his family and his wife because he was having the affair behind his wife's back. But it also turns out that, you know, Phillip Schofield being gay was an open secret in the industry. And you seem to find this a lot, especially in the entertainment industry, these like open secrets that are kept hush hush from us, the public, and the media. And also, Phillip Schofield had like some sort of like crisis doctor or something that he paid however much it was, like nearly 1 million or a good couple of grand a month to obviously get rid and deal with any negative stories, any negative press, you know, keep any, you know, bad publicity down. And when you calculated that in a year, it's like 1.2 point something million a month, like a year. So obviously there was something so big that he was trying to keep a secret, that he was willing to pay that much money. You don't do that for nothing. I think it's like a spin doctor. I think that's what you call it, a spin doctor. But as I said, Phillip Schofield isn't the first and he won't be the last. The boy's name was I can't say the second name, Matthew McGorry or McGorry or something. I'll put up a picture here. Obviously, the guy wanted to work in TV, you know, and presenting and stuff, so Phillip Schofield was like, okay, I can get you an opportunity at ITV, which he did, and the boy was a showrunner on This Morning before being moved to Loose Women. But I think the reason that the guy get moved to Loose Women was because I think there was a sense that this scandal was going to come out, or someone was like blackmailing them or something. Because there's a video that before all this came out, the YouTube prankster Jack Jones had actually done like a prank thing. He'd reached like so many views on his channel or something, so like to celebrate, he like let off like a party popper or something, and Phillip Schofield was in the back, and turns out the guy that Phillip Schofield was in the background with, obviously we bit of context to this, Phillip Schofield was having dinner or lunch, whatever it may be, with this guy, and once Jack Jones had filmed him and let off the popper thing, Phillip Schofield was like, please don't put it up, please don't like off a thingy about it. But obviously back then no one really put two and two together. It's obviously not until much recently that this has all come out. And also supposedly Holly Willoughby knew as well. Like, I don't know how they had an affair for that long and no one else at ITV or This Morning knew. And now, you know, This Morning has been outed for all this toxic behaviour, playing favourites, you know, paying hush money to people, and there's a lot of people that have worked in This Morning that, you know, were part of the cast that are now coming out and saying things. And Ruth Langford, who used to present This Morning alongside her husband Eamon Holmes, has also said that they knew and they had an idea about it. And obviously she also made a complaint against Philip, which makes me feel that that's why her and Eamon get removed from This Morning, because she made that complaint and then not long after it, her and Eamon Holmes get removed from This Morning and are no longer presenting it. I find that a bit strange. But what I think Phillip Schofield wielded and had a lot of power when it came to This Morning, because he was a good presenter and he'd done it for so long. I think he really had a lot of power, and I think he had the power to call the shots and control a lot of it, and I think that's what annoyed a lot of people. And because he had so much power and control, I think him, you know, doing this with this much younger guy is an abuse of power, an abuse of authority, which, you know, is wrong. But as I said, there's a fine line between that and calling someone a paedophile and a groomer and whatever else people have been saying. That's not the case. Do you know what I mean? And we need to draw a line in that and differentiate between the two. And obviously Phillip Schofield, he's resigned. You know, he stepped back from TV. He's no longer going to be presenting This Morning or Dancing on Ice or any of these shows. Any shows that he was signed up to do in the future, he's now not going to do. He's no longer a part of ITV. He also done an interview, I think it was with the BBC, explaining all this and how it all came about and what happened. I haven't watched it, but I'd advise you guys watch it if you want more information. I didn't. I seen clips here and there, and at times in the clip I did feel sorry for him, because he is only human and he's made a massive mistake, and he's not the first to do it and he won't be the last, and I kind of get that. And, you know, if he has been struggling with sexuality before he came out, you know, he maybe has done stupid things and made some unwise decisions. But do I think he's a paedophile? No, I don't. Do I think what he did was wrong and an abuse of power and very, very frowned upon? Yes, I do. Would I do it? No. But as I said, there's a lot of celebrities that do things like this. And obviously him and Holly Willoughby have fell out. There was a whole thing about her as well that you know, she knew, but now obviously she's saying she didn't. which I believe she did. Like, her and Phillip Schofield were so close for years. Like, there's no way she had no idea. I think she is playing the victim, and I think that she is playing, you know, too sweet to be whole, um, so she can keep her job and keep her reputation. Um, you know, Smiley Holly, you know, there's something off about her, and I always have thought that. And I think she really has threw Phillip Schofield under the bus. She really has. Um, and she's playing totally innocent on her part, which I don't believe is true at all. I believe she knew about it, and I believe she also kept the secret for him. And obviously now that it's all come out, she's taken a step back and tried to distance herself, you know, to save herself. You know, the boats went in fire and she's jumped out and she swam away and left him aboard. Which isn't very fair, but I suppose in that industry you need to look out for yourself. You know, this Matthew boy that Philip was having the affair with has even come out and said it was 100% consensual. There was no grooming and there was nothing before he was of the age of consent. So him and he's even said that. So I think we need to back off, you know, Phillip Schofield a little bit. But you know, obviously it's strange, and why a man in his 60s would want to have an affair with a guy in his 20s, early 20s, you know. But it happens a lot. And I think Phillip Schofield has already lost his career, lost his fan base, lost his family, you know, lost support within the entertainment industry, you know, lost his money. Like, I think it's time that we all, you know, take a step back, because no one's perfect. You know, we all shouldn't, people that live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. You know, like Leonardo DiCaprio, I mean, he dates girls that are like 19, 20, and he's like 40 something. Like, that's weird as well. Like, but no one says anything about it, and I think it's because he's a straight white male. I think homophobia is playing into this a little bit. I really do, because the media is pushing this narrative recently that LGBTQ people were predators and blah blah blah. Like, this, you know, totally false, negative, you know, made up stories to push a narrative, which is really dangerous and really concerning, because it's not true. And also the right wing media putting up these false figures and these false, you know, stories, which when you dive deep in you find out, oh, that's not the numbers, that isn't actually true, that's only half true. It's just, and every people believe what they read in the news, and that's a really gullible and stupid silly thing to do, because not everything you read is true. It's half the time it's, you know, dramatised and there's bits added on, you know. And I think the LGBTQ community have had a hard time recently with a lot of the negative stories and publicity that we've been getting, and people have been painting us in a totally untrue, you know, offensive light. And it is really offensive when you read it and you're like, like, it really, and it's really hurtful as well, because it's not true. You've got a small percentage, or a few bad eggs making the whole and everyone else look bad. Like, you get straight people that do bad things, you know, but that doesn't mean all straight people are like that. And I think people need to look at it that way, and not look at a few bad eggs in the LGBT community and think that we're all like that, because it's not true. And it's just, it's ridiculous to think that we are, and that, you know, it's just this dog, by the way, honestly. And it's hurtful, and it's really offensive. And I do feel like with the whole Phillip Schofield stuff, that has been a huge part of people calling him out and calling him a groomer and all that, because it's like jump on the gay hate train, which is sad. But as I said, it was an abuse of power. But this guy Matthew has said that it was consensual, there was no grooming involved, it started when he was like 19, 20, he was of age, you know, blah blah. Is it weird? Yes. Was it illegal? No. That's the difference. And you know, obviously Holly Willoughby, she's still on this morning. I do feel as if she totally threw him under the bus, and I think this morning has to have a good look at its culture, and you know, how it played a part in the toxic culture that had been going on for a long time, supposedly. Even Holmes has said, you know, the toxicity at this morning has been going on for a long time. And I do think Phillip Schofield wielded a lot of power and pulled a lot of strings. And I do think after Ruth Langford made a complaint against him to ITV, that he got her and Eamon fired, because they left this morning and there wasn't really reasons why. And you can see the tension. There's a clip where this morning is doing a video over to Loose Women to see what's coming up next. And it's Ruth Langford's talking about what's going to be happening on This Morning, you know, before it goes back. What's going to be happening on Loose Women, sorry, before it cuts back to This Morning. And halfway through, Phillip Schofield cuts her off. And you can see that she's visibly like peed off, and she's like, I only had a few more bits to say, but okay. And that's when you could kind of sense, is there friction there? But now, obviously, once this has all come out, yeah, with Eamon and Ruth, there was friction. They didn't really get on. It was all for show, which I'm not surprised. It's TV, it's the entertainment industry. Mostly it's for show. It's all artificial. It's all fake. It's all to keep us in the dark and keep us kind of, you know, and then you look, you dive deep in, you find out it's not all sunshine and roses, which it's come out now that it wasn't, especially with Holly and Phil. Their relationship wasn't as great as what they portrayed and what the media portrayed, and they weren't as close as what people thought. But I do think she's thrown under the bus, I really do. But yeah, let's see what happens next in this story. I do think there's more stuff to come out. Don't think we've heard the last of this yet. I do think more's going to come out, and I do think there's more things to be heard. I really do. But we'll just have to wait and see. This dog is like the main star in this video. Like, I swear he's doing this on purpose. Stealing my limelight. Pure photobomb. Now you're letting your thingies when I'm on the camera. How nice, how pleasant. His face. Oh, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Everyone stay safe, have a nice weekend. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and don't forget to tune into the next video. And have a nice weekend. Bye. Say bye, Max. Come say bye. Bye. Bye.